You're welcome to this week's episode of Business Sense, our business and finance program. On our episode this week, our guest is Mrs. Enyi Kwaghdoo, the creative director, K's Pastries, a seasoned entrepreneur and a very focused woman when it comes to business. We will be talking about the dynamics of her being in the line of business that she is into pastries, and how she has developed not just herself, but her business as well in this line. We will take a big look at how government fiscal policies have affected small and medium scale businesses in doing business in Nigeria, the difficulties, and if there are anything to smile about as to the policies, then we'll try and find out today. As we go along, don't forget to like our Facebook page, Godswill Ayemoba, on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter with the information that will be put out on your screen as the program progresses. For our episode today, we will not fail to dig into how our government fiscal policies affect small and medium scale business in doing business in our Nigerian economy. Also, we will be looking at how the import and export have affected small and medium scale business in getting their hands on what they need to carry on with their business on an everyday basis. And there's no better person to sit with me here today and do justice to this than our guest, Mrs. Enyi Kwaghdoo. I hope I got that right. So come along with me on this journey as we talk to her.
My name is Kwaghdoo Enyi. I'm the creative director for K's Pastries. We do customized cakes. That's what we do for birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, all sorts of live events.
When you say customized cakes and all the ceremonies you've talked about, is there anything that is peculiar to having to do cakes, and when people now go into the rock style like biscuits and cookies and all of that, what's the difference?
You know, cakes are like a softer kind of thing. You use them for cornerstones, live celebrations and all. You know, cookies, on the other hand, are things you eat every day. They're used for snacks and stuff like that.
So how long have you been in this business now?
I've been baking for over 15 years. I started baking while I was a teenager. And gradually, by the time I got into university, I used to bake for pocket money. And then I finally graduated from school. So instead of looking for a 9-to-5 job, I started baking from home until I finally moved out of the house and had a full-fledged business.
Okay, and so far, how has it been?
It's been very well. I enjoy the challenge, waking up every day, growing a business from inside my kitchen to where it is today. So it's been challenging. But
and do you think, looking back, hindsight in your favor now, would you have traded this for any 9-to-5 job, no matter how lucrative it was?
At all. It gives me the freedom to, it's flexible, it gives me a lot of freedom. I'm a mother, I have kids, so I can shuffle between being a CEO and a mother.
Now, this kind of stirs my imagination a little. You see, when we talk about pastries, I try to now think of blue chip companies. In Nigeria, are there like huge businesses in this sector that are either like quoted or so big that you want to reckon with them? Are there any that you are looking up to say, you know what, as a Nigerian, I want my business to be as big as this pastry business that is Nigerian?
In Nigeria, no. I've seen places while I've been out of the country that I want to aspire to be like. So I kind of want to bring that home, because most people misunderstand the business I do. When you say you're a baker, you say, oh, that's seasonal. But really, you go to the hospitals, people are born every day.
Yes.
So it's not a seasonal thing at all. That's the misconception about the business. and I've been to huge cake businesses outside the country, which, you know, I want to bring that home and make sure people understand that this is actually a business, it's not a hobby. It's not something you do just to spend your extra time. You know, most people bake, but they bake after work or in between jobs, but this is a full-time job for
business.
Me. Yeah.
Because I know the British Bake Off.
Yes.
And we don't have anything close to it in Nigeria.
No,
Maybe you
no,
should
we
think
don't.
about it.
Yeah.
How will you rate contributions from businesses like yours to the Nigerian economy?
Of course, we're doing our bit. I have a staff of 15. So if I hadn't employed them, of course, they would be somewhere else. You know, the rate of unemployment
When you say
here.
staff from 15, how do you mean?
Okay, I mean, I have a staff strength of, I employ
okay.
about 15 people.
Okay.
So I guess I'm doing my bit. If we had more people employing
that number,
we would have less, a less rate of unemployment in the country. So I guess we're doing our bit.
Okay, and doing your bit from your side, is there anything that the government has put in place that you think is making your business like an interesting one for you? That side tells a lot, but you can
there's always the challenge of power.
Electricity?
Yes, electricity in this country is a huge issue, you know. So besides the power, we have the current issue now. There's inflation in the country. We have a recession going on. The prices of goods are going up really, really high. So you wake up and if you were buying a bucket of butter at 450, at 4,500, you're now buying it 10,000 naira. You can't just call up your customers and tell them, oh, I'm sorry, the cake I used to sell at 5,000 is now 10,000. So it creates a lot of issues for us.
Is there nothing the government has done that has put a smile on your face?
You hear about Bank of Industry loans,
Yeah.
you know, but then how do you access them? That is the major challenge for us.
Have you been there? Have you ever approached them?
No.
Okay.
I haven't.
Okay, what about Smidan? Have you ever been in the office?
No, I've not been to Smidan either.
Okay, so you know what? As much as you say that, I don't know whose side I should be on. If to be on your side, that Smidan has not, and Bank of Industry have not put out enough information to carry you along, or you've not taken the step to move closer to them and know exactly what they require.
Maybe that should be the issue. While I had some contacts with Bank of Industry before, but I've not gone to them formally to ask them
what their requirements are.
Yes, what their
to support
requirements are.
A business like yours.
Yes.
Okay. That seemed to be like a recurring factor in all of my dealings with entrepreneurs like you, to reach out to these people, but it's not so difficult. Sometimes it's as simple as an email, a telephone call, or even just to go out wherever they have an event. But
I've never felt the need to go and collect a loan from a bank.
okay,
The way I grew my business from like a wooden spoon to a hand mixer, from a hand mixer to a ground mixer, you know, tabletop and then full, you know. So now we're in a different era in Nigeria, which is making me consider going to the Bank of Industry to ask for a loan.
you don't mean the recession, do you?
No, not really. You know, they've shut down our borders. Not everything is coming in anymore. So if I were to start thinking outside the box.
Like the president wants us to.
Yes, like the president wants us to. I'm thinking, okay, if I can't import famous anymore, I need to start making my own cookies. To make my own cookies, I need to establish a full line. So, okay, beyond the cakes now, if I want to go into full cookie production,
Yes.
then I'm thinking now I need to go to Bank of Industry. But
Because you need more funds.
yes, because I'll need more funds. But contrary to the way people would think that, oh, because there's a loan to be accessed in Diamond Bank, I run to Diamond Bank and collect the loan. I don't think that way.
That will work. You don't think that will work for you?
Yes, I would rather have an exact need and then approach it from that angle than just go there because there's a loan to be accessed.
That's true. That brings us to a whole different subtopic entirely when we come back from this break.